Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, grade 6. In this class, I'm going to continue new unit 9.2 about igneous rocks. Following key points would be included in this topic, which consists of the Earth's crust, about grouping of rocks, igneous rocks, and about the minerals. As you know that Earth is made up of different types of layers. The first layer is known as the Earth's crust. It is made up of different types of rocks, and we use some types of rocks from these Earth crust, and also we use different types of rocks which came also from the oceans. The metals we use are extracted from the rocks. These rocks are also found on the earth crust, and cement and other types of building materials are also processed from such type of rocks found in the earth's crust and oceans. Now the classification of the rocks. The rocks are classified as following: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and the metamorphic rocks. In the following picture, you can see that in the first picture is the picture of basalt. It's an example of the igneous rock. And in the second picture, it's a picture of limestone. It's a sedimentary rock. And the example of metamorphic rock is a marble we use in our homes. Now the igneous rocks, magma. Magma is a liquid rock which poured off from the volcano. When it cools and solidifies, it makes the igneous rocks. Granite and the basalt are the example of the igneous rocks. Granite consists of the interlocking crystals. They are strongly joined together, and the crystals are quite large in size, which can easily be seen. And each crystal of the granite is made up of one substance. And the other example of the igneous rock, the basalt, which makes up much of the seabeds. Now the properties of these igneous rocks. First of all, these igneous rocks are the hard and durable. Even the whole island is worn away, but the granite remains are still there. And the second property is that these rocks are non-porous, which means water does not soak into them. And this is just because there are no gaps between these interlocking crystals, so water could not enter through these crystals. Now the uses of the igneous rocks. As the basalt is very hard and durable, so it is used as a railway blast. And another example of the igneous rocks known as the gabbro is also very hard, durable, and attractive. So different type of sculptures is also made from this igneous rock. Here you can see the picture of the sculpture here. Now the minerals are the substances which exist naturally in the form of the crystals, and most of the rocks are the mixture of the minerals. Some minerals also occur on their own. Here you can see the picture of the granite and the quartz. Quartz is an example of the single type of mineral, whereas the granite is a mixture of different type of minerals. Now the size of the crystals. Basalt forms when the liquid rock pours from the volcanoes cools quickly under the sea. As these cools down, they arrange themselves into a pattern, and there is no liquid rock left behind, so they become solid and form the basalt. The basalt crystals are very tiny in size, and the magnifying glasses used to see these rocks. These crystals are small in size because the rock, liquid rocks cooled and solidifies in a very short period of time, in just a few weeks, whereas the granite forms when the liquid rocks cooled under the ground, and the cooling time period takes long, and the particles are larger in size, and they arrange themselves, they take too much time, so the crystals are large in size. Now come to the end of the chapter questions, which is given on your page number 121. The first question you have to describe the properties of a igneous rocks, and in the second question you have to give the definition of the mineral, also give the examples of the minerals. And in the third question, you have to explain why do you or can often see the different colors in a lump of the granite. As you know that granite is a mixture of different type of minerals, so there are different colors in it. And the last question, you have to explain why the basalt has smaller crystals than the granite. I have explained you in this lecture that the crystals which cool down in a very short period of time, so the crystals are very small, and when the crystals are formed after a long time, so the crystals are larger in size. So you have to explain all these questions by your own. Now move to your workbook activity given on your page number 52. In the first question, you have to use the words from this word box and fill the following blanks. And in the second question, you have to explain why water does not soak into the igneous type of rock. You have to explain the reason. In the third question, they are given different types of samples to you. Uh, in the picture, so you have to question in the first part that which sample is made from different types of mixture of minerals, and the second part of this question you have to explain which sample is formed from the magma that cooled the most slowly. Means they have the biggest crystals because they cooled and taking large time. So in the last question, question number 4, you have to match the first column with the second one according to the suitable property. In this class, you have learned about igneous rocks. Learn this unit and take care of yourself. Thank you, student.